What consignee will get for selling the goods of consignor? He will get commission. The lessee will pay to the lessor is called as royalty. Royalty is an amount paid by the lessee to the lessor. It is a rent. This chapter is also similar to accounting for hire purchase system. Hire purchaser will purchase an asset from the hire seller on hire purchase system. Hello my dear students, I am Ajay, faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Grade College, a Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. My dear students, today's session is about Financial Accounting 2, BCom, Financial Accounting 2, BCom. So today we are going to discuss about Introduction on Financial Accounting 2. Let's go to the first slide. What are the topics you will learn in the Financial Accounting 2? What are the topics you learn in the Financial Accounting 2? Or first chapter is Accounting for Consignment. Accounting for Consignment is the first chapter. Second one, Accounting for Hire Purchase. I will explain the meaning in the next slide for the consignment and hire purchase. In this slide, you will just understand or we just learn what are the topics we will cover in the subject called Financial Accounting 2. Next one, Accounting for Installment. Next one, Accounting for Royalty. And last one is Financial Statements of Non-Trading Concern. Financial Statements for Non-Trading Concern. These are the 5 chapters you are going to learn in this Financial Accounting 2 subject. Let's go to the first chapter. Accounting for Consignment. What do you mean by consignment? Let's understand the meaning of consignment. Consignment is an agreement. Consignment is an agreement between whom? Between consignor, the owner, and the consignee, the agent. Consignment is an agreement between owner, the consignor, and the agent, consignee. Owner is called as consignor. The agent is called as consignee. And the agreement between two persons, the consignor and consignee, is called as consignment. Next, where consignor sending the goods to consignee. What consignor will do? Consignor will send the goods to consignee for sale of goods. For sale of goods. The consignee will sell the goods of consignor on behalf of consignor and consignee will get commission. Consignee will get commission for selling the goods of consignor. Here, consignor is the owner, consignee is the agent. Consignor sends the goods to consignee to sell on behalf of consignor. And what consignee will get for selling the goods of consignor? He will get commission. He will get for the benefit of commission. Consignee will sell the goods of consignor. At the risk of consignor, if in case any accident happened or any goods lost in transit, the risk has to bear by consignor, the owner. Why? Consignee is just an agent. He is not the owner. If anything happens during the transaction or during the transition or transportation, then the consignor has to bear the losses, not the consignee. Consignee will get only commission. So, have you understood? I hope you have understood the concept. Consignment is an agreement between two persons. Who are those? First one is consignor. Second one is consignee. Consignor send the goods to consignee. Consignee sell the goods of consignor on the basis of commission. This is the meaning for consignment. Now let's go to the next topic. Accounting for hire purchase system. Accounting for hire purchase system. In this agreement, there will be two persons. First one is hire purchaser and second one is hire seller. The first one is hire purchaser. Second one is hire seller. The contract between two of them, hire purchaser and hire seller. Here, hire purchaser will purchase an asset from the hire seller on hire purchase system. Here, hire purchaser will purchase an asset. It may be any asset. It may be land, it may be vehicle, motor vehicle, it may be home or any asset, any fixed asset. So here hire purchaser will purchase the asset from hire seller on hire purchase system. Later, hire purchaser system is a system of purchase under which the possession of goods is offered by the seller to the buyer immediately. On the day of purchase, the hire seller will give the goods on the same date. But here, on the condition that price of the goods should be paid by the hire seller in certain installment. So you need not to pay the whatever the cost price is there. For example, for 1 lakh rupees, I purchase a bike from the Tata Motors, or it may be from the Bajaj Motors. I purchase 1 lakh rupees worth of bike. What I will do? I will pay 10,000 rupees down payment. I will pay 10,000 rupees down payment on the same day. Remaining 90,000 rupees I have to pay, no? Remaining 90,000 rupees I can pay in installment. For example, mobile phone. I have purchased 20,000 rupees worth of mobile phone. Down payment I will do for 5,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees down payment I paid. Remaining balance 14,000 should be paid in installment. And the legal ownership of the goods will be passed on the hire purchaser only after the installment paid, all the installment paid. For example, even though I have the goods, even though I have the product with me, I am not the owner. Until when I will become the owner? Once I paid full installment amount, once I paid full 90,000 rupees, I will become the owner. Till then, I am not the owner. Hire seller is the owner. I am just using the goods. Are you understanding? See here, the hire purchase system, hire purchaser, there will be two person, hire purchaser and hire seller. Hire seller will sell the goods to hire purchase on hire purchase system. Here, hire purchaser will sell the goods to hire purchaser. So hire purchase, what hire purchaser will do? Hire purchaser will pay some down payment and remaining payment will be paid in installment with interest. But the ownership of the goods will be transferred only after the payment of full installment. For example, if the cost price of the goods is 1 lakh rupees, only after payment of full 1 lakh rupees, the hire seller will transfer the ownership to hire purchaser. I hope you are following. Now, installment means, see here, every year we have to pay interest. So, the balance what is there for 90,000 rupees, every year we have to pay interest and also principal money. So, interest plus principal equals to installment. Are understanding? Interest plus principal equals to installment. This is the principal amount. 90,000 rupees is the principal amount. For example, I have to pay remaining balance in 4 installment. 90,000 divided by 4. So, you will get the sum amount. That amount should be paid. This is the principal amount. That amount should be paid with interest. Then it will become installment. So, I hope you have understood. See, installment equals to principal plus interest equals to installment. Every year, the hire purchaser has to pay the installment to hire seller. So, in principal plus interest equals to installment. Installment includes both principal and interest. When the ownership will transfer? Only after payment of all the installment money with interest, the ownership of the goods will be transferred to hire seller. From hire seller to hire purchaser. Let's go to the next slide. Accounting for installment system. This chapter is also similar to accounting for hire purchase system. Here, the purchaser will be called as installment purchaser. Seller will called as installment seller. See there, hire purchaser, hire seller. Here, installment purchaser, installment seller. So what is the difference between hire purchase system and installment system? See, in a hire purchase system, the ownership of the goods will transferred only after payment of full installment. See here, only payment of all full installment, the ownership of the goods will be transferred from hire seller to hire purchaser. But in installment system, the ownership of the goods will transfer immediately on the date of purchase. For example, if I go to the Tata showroom and purchase one motor car, the ownership of the goods will transfer immediately. The ownership of goods will transfer immediately. For this, we have to prepare journal and ledger. For hire purchase also, we have to prepare journal and ledger. For example, journal entries in the books of hire purchaser, ledger entries in the books of hire purchaser, journal entries in the books of hire seller, ledger entries in the books of hire seller, and we have to prepare a statement of principal, interest and down payment. For that, we have to prepare a statement or a table for calculation of interest, principal and depreciation. After that, we have to prepare the journal entries and ledger entries in the books of both hire seller. In the books of hire purchaser, hire seller account. In the books of hire seller, hire purchaser account. See, hire purchaser will prepare hire seller account. Hire seller will prepare hire purchaser account. In installment also, here installment purchaser will be there, installment seller will be there. Installment purchaser will prepare accounts for installment seller. Installment seller will be prepared accounts for installment purchaser. Or understand, in the books of installment purchaser, installment seller account. In the books of installment seller, installment purchase account. Next one, the possession of the goods will transfer on the same date of purchase. This is the difference between installment system and hire purchase system. Immediately on the certain entering the agreement, but the buyer agree to pay the total price in installment. Even though the ownership transfer on the same day, the whatever the amount is there, balance amount is there. For example, the 1 lakh rupees we purchase the bike. For 1 lakh rupees I purchased the bike. 10,000 rupees I made down payment. Remaining 90,000 rupees I will pay in installment only with interest. Remaining 90,000 rupees I have to pay. Remaining 90,000 rupees I have to pay. This is the principal amount divided by 4 installment. How much it will become? So 90,000 divided by 4 installment equals to 22,500 is the principal amount I have to pay in 4 installment. So installments means what? See, principal plus interest. So for every 22,500 rupees I have to pay with interest, it will become installment. So I have to pay installment. 22,500 rupees is the principal amount, and with interest I have to pay the installment. For example, in 4 years means I have to pay 4 installment. Accounting for royalty. Here there will be 2 persons. First one is lessor and second one is lessee. Lessor is the owner. Lessee is the person who has taken the lease from lessor. See, lessor will give the land or any asset to the lessee on lease. Lessor is the owner of the asset. He will give his asset on lease to the lessee. So lessor is the owner of the asset. Lessee is the person who takes the asset on lease. So lessee has to pay the amount or any rent. It may be output. On the basis of output or on the basis of sales, the lessee has to pay the amount to lessor. How to prepare those accounts for those transactions? That comes under accounting for royalty. What are the amount the lessee will pay to the lessor is called as royalty. Royalty is an amount paid by the lessee to the lessor. It is a rent or it is a lease amount which is paid by the lessee to lessor. Why they will pay? Because of the lessee has taken the land from lessor for extraction. It may be mining, it may be other publishing of books, any example we can give. So there are 2 persons, lessor and lessee. So here this is the chapter of lessee and lessor. This is called as royalty. So next slide is financial statements of non-profit organization. So what do you mean by non-profit organization? See, Non-profit organization is also called as non-trading concern. See, non-trading concern or non-profit organizations are concerns which do not undertake trading. Here they are not doing trading, they just rendering service to the society. Next one, these organizations have service as the main objective. For example, education institutions, sports club, health institution, hospitals. These are all the institutions working for the benefit of the society, not for making profit. Some examples of non-trading concerns are, it may be hospitals, schools, colleges, clubs. For example, sports club, other nature loving club, for example. So many clubs are there. So working in the field of non-trading organization. Libraries, next one, charitable institution. So these are all comes under non-profit organization. What are non-profit organization? Non-profit organization is an organization which is not for trading or not for making profit. They only, the main objective, the main motto of the non-trading organization is rendering service to the society. For example, institution, education institution is also one of the example of non-trading concern. Here they will not work for profit, they are just rendering service for the upliftment of the society. See, what are the books you can refer for the financial accounting tool? Let's see. See, Accounting Principles written by Anthony R.N. and Resi J.S. Next book, Advanced Accounting written by Gupta Arl and Radhaswamy. Next one, Advanced Accounts written by Shukla MC and Higher Science of Accounting written by Agarwal A.N. These are all the books you can refer for financial accounting too. Question paper pattern and also class planner. See, for accounting for consignment, we need 7 hours. For accounting for consignment, we need 7 hours. Accounting for hire purchase system, we need 9 hours because we have to prepare journal entries. We have to understand journal entries in the books of hire purchaser. For that, we have format. And also, we have to convert those journal to ledger. First, we have to prepare journal entries in the hire purchaser. Then, we have to prepare ledger. Journal entries in the books of hire seller. Next one, we have to prepare ledger in the books of hire seller. If you understand hire purchase system, installment system is very, very easy. Are you understanding? Are you following? See, if you understand hire purchase system, hire seller system is very, very easy. Instead of writing hire purchaser, you can write hire seller, installment seller, installment seller. Installment system is very, very easy. So 7 class is enough for that. Next one, accounting for royalty. We need 8 hours for accounting for royalty. Next one, accounting for non-profit organization. We need 9 hours. Totally, we need approximately 40 hours. Next one, your internals. See, we will be having 3 internals. In first internals, accounting for consignment, 1 question. Second question from accounting for hire purchaser. In second internals, you will be having accounting for installment purchase system. And next one, accounting for royalty. In third internals, you will be having financial statements of non-trading concern and also accounting for hire purchase system. This is the concept of your internals system. Now, question paper pattern. Let's go to the part A. In part A, you will be having, you have to answer any 4 questions. In part A, you have to answer any 4 questions. Each question will be carrying 5 marks. Each question carries 5 marks. You have to answer any 4 questions. Total marks from part A is 20 marks. Next one, in part B, you have to answer any 3 questions. Each question carries 10 marks. Totally, you will get 30 marks. Next one, part C, you will be having 2 questions. You have to answer any 2 questions. We provide you 4 questions. You have to answer any 2 questions. Each question carries 15 marks. Total marks is allotted for this section is 30 marks. Total marks is 80 marks from written exam. Remaining 20 marks from internals. See, in consignment, you may get 1 question for 15 marks and 1 theory. Next one, and also 10 marks is also you can add difference between consignment and sale. One question you can get for 10 marks also. Next one, in hire purchase system, you'll be having 15 marks compulsory question and for 5 marks theory question. Next one, installment system, 10 marks for 10 marks question, it is a problem. Next 5 marks, it will be theory. Here 15 marks is a problem. Here also 15 marks is a problem. Next one, royalty, you'll be having 15 marks question and also 10 marks question. Sometimes there has 10 marks also and 5 marks theory. Next one, financial statement of non-trading concern, you'll be having 15 marks question also, 10 marks question also, 5 marks question also. For example, prepare only income and expenditure account. Preparation of income and expenditure account carries 10 marks. If you have to prepare with balance sheet, it will be having 15 marks and 5 marks is theory question. Have you understood? This is the main question, 15 marks. Here also main question, 15 marks. Here also main question, 15 marks. This is also main question, 15 marks. Out of 4 questions, you will be having have to answer any 2 questions which carries 15 marks each. Next one. So what are the outcomes? What are the objectives or outcomes you get from the learning of financial accounting too? So it helps to students to acquire conceptual knowledge of financial accounting. It helps students to acquire conceptual knowledge of financial accounting. Next one, impart skill for recording various kinds of business transaction. For example, non-trading organization, consignment, royalty, hire purchase system, installment system. So these are the various business transactions you'll understand while from preparing a financial accounting too. Next one, to make the students to familiarize with the various accounts of consignment. So various accounts of consignment, how the consignment trade will happen, how we enter in the books of accounts all the transaction. These are all the topics you're going to study in the financial accounting too. It's very easy and it's very interesting subject. So our understanding students, very easy and very interesting subject and also marks scoring subject. You can score 100 out of 100 in this subject. Very easy subject. Here I will end this session. Again we will meet in next session. Till then, goodbye. Thank you for watching.